Good afternoon, I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines for the day: a stolen vehicle out of Lexington ends up in Madison County. Plus, Berea residents are searching for a missing tortoise. We've got the details, and a local organization helps care for horses following the hurricanes in the southeast U.S. We've got to look at the weather with Susie, and of course, we got your sports report with Michael Watkins. That is coming up today, live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV, actually first, we've got some breaking news coming into the studio right now. A former Kentucky Department of Juvenile Justice employee, Nathaniel K. Lumpkins, 33 of Elk Fork, Kentucky, has been sentenced to 36 months in prison by the U.S. District Judge David Bunning. That was this afternoon for court for one count of deprivation of rights under the color of the law. Lumpkins was employed at the Woods Bend Youth Development Center, a Kentucky Department of Juvenile Institution facility that is located in West Liberty, and worked as a youth worker responsible for the custody, care, and control of the juveniles housed there. As he admitted in his plea agreement on January the 23rd of 2019, Lumpkins violated the civil rights of a 15-year-old at Woods Bend when he used unreasonable force on the victim and broke the boy's arm. He admitted in his plea deal that he did so out of anger and not out of any legitimate purpose. Lumpkins later slammed the victim's already broken arm into a concrete wall, again out of anger with no legitimate purpose. We have full details on this breaking story that is up now at WBONTV.com. Well, got that breaking news out of the way. Now for our big story of the day: a stolen vehicle in Lexington yesterday led Lexington Police Department on a helicopter pursuit of that vehicle into Madison County. The vehicle was reported stolen around 11 a.m. yesterday from the Walmart on Nicholasville Road and Manowar Boulevard. Lexington Police's helicopter followed the vehicle by air to a residence on Charlie Norris Road in Madison County. That's when units with the Madison County Sheriff's Department converged on the scene yesterday afternoon. According to their reports, people started running from the scene, and 3 suspects who attempted to leave in another vehicle were intercepted. These suspects were detained and questioned. Lexington Police are investigating the theft, while the Madison County Sheriff's Office is investigating the receiving of stolen property. The car recovered was confirmed stolen and taken to the Madison County impound lot. This is an active investigation, and arrests are expected soon. And we're going to continue to follow the developments here at WBON TV. Well, an unusual story this afternoon. A Berea woman is asking for the public's help in finding her missing tortoise. Susan Haddix is the owner of 18-year-old Saddam, a 65-pound tortoise. Saddam escaped from Haddix's yard on Sunday through a hole in the fence. Despite being cold-blooded and facing frigid temperatures, Haddix is concerned for Saddam's safety. If you have seen Saddam, please contact the Madison County Animal Shelter, 859-624-4744. I also saw that there are search parties out this afternoon looking for that tortoise. Well, deputies in London were dispatched for reports of a man who had allegedly shot into an unoccupied vehicle at a residence on Stinking Creek Road. That's according to reports. When officers arrived to the scene, officials said that the suspect, identified as 47-year-old Delbert Cox, had barricaded himself inside a building and while being armed. According to officials, a Laurel County Sheriff's captain eventually convinced Cox to exit the building, and that led to him being taken into custody. Officials noted that a shotgun was located inside the building, and Cox has been charged with first-degree criminal mischief, menacing, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He is lodged in the Laurel County Correctional Center. Well, as search, rescue, and recovery efforts continue across 6 states devastated by hurricanes Helene and Milton, here in horse country, one organization is leading efforts to ensure that horses and their caretakers in the destruction zones receive the support and assistance they need. Jay Buckner has the story.
It takes a lot of horsepower for emergency responders and disaster relief workers to do their rescue, recovery, and cleanup work on a landscape scoured by the deadliest inland hurricane on record. In some cases, these efforts literally require the power of a horse to navigate the destruction that left many animals injured or displaced. Here in the devastation, horses are not just part of the response teams, however. Some are victims needing assistance.
Animals have lost their homes, their paddocks, their grass to forage on. So they're now up in the hills, in the mountainous areas of many of these impacted zones. And they will have long-term needs for hay, feed, and other items for a long period of time.
In what is called the horse capital of the world, the Foundation for the Horse has a simple mission: to improve the well-being of horses. During a natural disaster, they work closely with veterinary teams and first responders on the front lines to help ensure horses receive the aid they desperately need.
Through the Foundation for the Horse and our many partners in the field, including Fleet of Angels, ASAR, and other organizations working with those responders, we're going to be able to provide them the feed for long-term needs. We're thankful to our many donors for being able to help these animals in time of crisis.
To raise awareness of the horses affected by Hurricane Helene and now Hurricane Milton, the Foundation has launched a website called hurricanehorses.org. There, viewers can view photos and videos of search and recovery efforts, learn how the Foundation provides help, and thank horse heroes. These are the veterinarians and rescuers working in the destruction zones. In Fayette County, this is Jay Buckner reporting.
Thanks, Jay. Good information there in that story. Well, early Saturday morning, Richmond Police arrested an Ohio man for stalking. According to the arrest citation, an officer patrolling the Ballard Drive and Bellevue area at around 12:30 noticed a vehicle with an Ohio license plate in the Bellevue Learning Center parking lot. The officer made contact with the driver, later identified as Robert Fay, who told him that he was on his way back from a solo caving trip in Tennessee. He didn't realize that he was in a school parking lot and he was looking for a place to sleep and didn't want to pay for a hotel. When asked if Fay knew anyone in the area, he said no. A woman walking a dog approached the officer and asked to talk. When asked if she knew Fay, she said he was a friend. A search was then performed on the vehicle with Fay's permission, and other officers were called to the scene. In the search, a single rose and teddy bear were found. When asked who they were for, Fay said it could be for anyone. Police asked to talk with the woman, who informed them that she and Fay had met on Facebook dating. They met a few hours a week prior to Fay asking if they could. Later, he asked if she could come to his place in Ohio. After plans kept falling through, he got aggressive and began calling her names. Late on Friday, October the 11th, she told Fay she didn't like the way he was talking to her and wanted to end the relationship. He then, according to the citation, told her over Facebook that he was on every level of percent crazy and that he just showed up at her place and threatened to burn the building down. When the woman told Fay he was recording the conversation, he said he didn't care to come down immediately, threatening again to burn down the building. The woman told police that she had made it clear to Fay to stay away, and the relationship was over. Fay was arrested and taken to the Richmond Police Department, where police found marijuana in his possession. Officers asked the woman for more messages between them. In one of the messages, after she told them that they were done, Fay replied, "I'm not giving you an option." And another, he threatened to throw a brick at her windows. Fay was charged with second-degree stalking, third-degree terroristic threatening, and possession of marijuana, lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. With that, we're going to take a quick break, but man, it's getting cooler out there. That full fall air is definitely moving in. We've got Todd in the Weather Center going to give us a look at the full forecast. That's coming up next.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
We would
like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Hey everyone, Jeremy here with the Red Poppy. We're not your typical small business. We're a full floral and gift boutique, plus serve coffee and refreshers, and we have several food options as well. Stop by our convenient drive-thru on your way to work or let us deliver. Like us on Facebook and join us live at 5 each Friday where we give away great gifts. So far this year, we've given away a trip to Vegas, a trip for 4 to Disney World, and lots more. Come see us anytime and take advantage of our full menu at the Red Poppy, 5006 Atwood Drive, Suite 1 in Richmond.
A lot cooler out there today. That fall air is definitely settling in. We've got Todd in the Weather Center going to take a look at the forecast.
Hey, Gwendolyn, yeah, it was a pretty fall-like day out there. Here's a look at the webcam time-lapse from I-75 north of town, north of Richmond. And if you look out into the distance, you can actually see some of those passing showers. Of course, the showers developing in what is a very cold air mass aloft. So you add a little daytime heating and some sunshine, and you get these little speckly clouds to rotate through with some rain. So this is going to continue at least through the early evening hours. But after that, we're going to clear out, and it is going to get chilly. We have a frost advisory in place across the greater Richmond area through 9 a.m. Wednesday as our temperatures fall into the lower 30s and even some upper 20s. Again, most of the rain will be done here this evening, and then we are going to be clearing out. Here's a look at the temperatures. Of course, with the clouds and a couple of showers, we'll still be around 40 or into the 40s once the skies clear. Notice how we drop down to the lower 30s, and that would definitely be some frost concerns for tomorrow morning. So if you have any plants outside, maybe drag them into the garage or put a sheet over them if you want to keep them around for a little while. Chilly sunshine tomorrow and gradual warming as we slide into this upcoming weekend. There's the frontal boundary again well to the south, but then a reinforcing shot of that cooler air keeping us chilly through midweek. Wednesday and Thursday, winds more so out of the north-northwest. That's a cooler wind. And then once we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, not terribly strong, but more of an east to southeasterly wind. Once you get that southerly component, again, you start to warm things up. So there goes the showers. They'll be done this evening. And then getting into Wednesday morning, it will be chilly under clear skies, but chilly sunshine into our Wednesday with temperatures 15 degrees below average from Irvine to Berea and Lancaster. Stanford will be at 56. And, of course, heading into Thursday, we'll see a little bit of a warm-up back to near 60. And, Gwendolyn, that southerly wind will start to kick in. So, gradually, we do warm up close to 70 by Sunday and Monday.
Thanks, Todd. 32 degrees out there. Maybe time to turn that heater on if you haven't so far. Check out the full forecast up now at WBONTV.com. A man has been arrested and charged with multiple burglaries and thefts in central Kentucky. Toby Wood of Greene County faces charges including burglary, receiving stolen property, and theft. The investigation began on Sunday morning when Harrodsburg police responded to a break-in at Linton Auto Sales. The business had been broken into through a window, and several sets of car keys were stolen. A witness described the suspect and the vehicle he was driving. Police later located the abandoned vehicle, which had been stolen from Marion County. The same suspect was then identified as the individual who had broken into the home in Marion County. Toby Wood was arrested and taken into custody. He's currently being held at the Boyle County Detention Center and could face additional charges from other counties involved in the burglary spree. One Nicholasville couple is $64,000 richer after a morning lottery ticket purchase. Donald Johnson stopped at Joe's Food Mart in Nicholasville the morning of October the 7th and bought a $5 gold mine 9 times ticket. Johnson couldn't believe it when he scratched the ticket to reveal the game's $90,000 top prize. Johnson told lottery officials that he had won smaller prize amounts in the past, but never a prize of that amount. After confirming his win at the store, he called his wife Phyllis to tell her the incredible news. After taxes, the couple left with a check totaling $64,000. Donald and Phyllis say they're excited to get out of debt and pay off their car. Joe's Food Mart will receive $900 for being the store that sold that winning ticket. Well, Michael Watkins is up next with the Sports Report. He's got all the news from last night's sports show and all the sports around Madison County. That's coming up next here, live at 5.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nidad today.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
CT Diesel Performance is now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive off Duncannon Lane in Richmond. Chris Dorn and his staff have moved to help better serve their customers to a bigger and better location and are here to still offer you the best in getting your vehicle to its peak performance. At CT Diesel Performance, they service all your automotive needs. No job is too big or too small. Like CT Diesel Performance on Facebook to learn more about CT Diesel Performance. Now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive in Richmond.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Catch all the excitement of your favorite local sports team on WBON TV. This Friday night, the Madison Central Indians will host George Rogers Clark in a huge district game for the Indians. It'll be senior night as Madison Central will honor its seniors and look to pick up their first district win of the season. Join Tom Gross and I as we bring you all the action starting at 7 p.m. with the pregame show on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube, and Roku channel, or watch live on WBON TV Channel 9.
Last night on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, the Madison Central boys golf team joined Michael and Samantha to discuss their third straight state golf championship, and it's today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. Here's Michael Watkins.
Starting with round one, I mean, it was a battle all day, and we kind of caught some momentum there on 14 to finish out day one to get us that momentum into day two. I think Seth was our last guy in and had an unbelievable up and down on 18 day one just to kind of get us all excited and the blood, flowing. And so definitely we ended on a good note on day one. You could tell the boys were very confident and very relaxed going into day two. Just, their demeanor on that night and into the range session that morning, it was kind of weird to kind of see. Like, you didn't see nerves from them. And I don't know if we saw them all day in round two. Like, they kind of know they just had to stick to their game plan and play their own game, which, I kind of want them to know what's going on. And but yeah, we struggled. When you look at these group of guys, I mean, you're looking at 5 of the top golfers in the state and 5 guys that can flat out play and have worked their butts off all year. You want to think that they're going to come out swinging on day two when the state championship's on the line, and that's not what it was. I mean, like I said, they didn't seem nervous. They didn't seem unlike themselves at all, but we just really struggled out the gate. And we had 3 birdies there on hole 9 that I know as a coach kind of relieved me. And I'm like, all right, these boys still got it in them, as we were down like 2 or 3 shots after being up 7 shots.
Yeah.
And I know it kind of relieved me to know they were still going to fight and they weren't going to just let it slip away.
What was it like after that day one, and then the struggles kind of in day two to kind of come full circle and then be able to regroup on the back 9 and come through there? What was that like?
It was exciting for sure because we had the lead after day one, and I get to on day 2 I get to 5 and I didn't really look at the scores, so I didn't know we were down at all. And just coach coming over to me, and I'm asking what are the scores at. He's like, we're down. It's just we got to lock in a little more, and we got to play our best golf, knowing that we're down going in that back 9. So it's good to see that our guys put in 3 birdies, and we were playing that hole good on hole 9, and it was just exciting to get to experience that on the back 9 and win it.
We all heard about you coming in for basketball, but obviously you're a very good golfer as well. So what was it like coming in and joining this team and just kind of picking up where you left off when you transferred from over Mason County?
Yeah, actually a few of these guys knew that I was coming before I did, and so it happened really fast, and it just I only knew Radney. And then we had those first few practices, and we just clicked very well. And we were hanging out, going to eat dinner, practicing every day. And from then, I knew that we had something special. And I think just like when we all click, it just gives you a different level of confidence. And obviously, it showed.
You've been a part of all these 3 teams. So you had the team with Clay and Warren, and then last year and this year. What's been the biggest difference with this team as opposed to the last 2 years?
Well, it's just like 2 years ago, you had 3 seniors who were all just leaders. They really led, and then me and Braden was down there. We was just supporting them. And then last year, it was Warren and Braden. They was the leaders. They was senior leaders. And this year, it's just everybody's stepped in together. Everybody's putting in good teamwork. And it was just really cool to see the difference, and there's like 2 leaders, 3 leaders, and then everybody came together.
Yeah.
At the legacy, you talked about it, but it's your legacy too. I don't want you to forget about that, because we look at, I think Coach Feldhouse has obviously built his success there. Coach Roof with baseball, I mean, legendary baseball coach. We got to start talking about you in that same light, man. I know you're 31 years old, but 3 state championships.
Wow, man. But no, I don't.
Well, you talked about the 40-0 team.
He's
right?
like, I don't want to put myself in the same.
But you got the 40-0 team.
Coach
To me, I think about Kiara O'Shea and what she did during her time. But you guys are on an incredible.
You got to add both Coach Feldhouses.
That's true. That's true, Karen.
Yeah, I get in trouble.
National championships.
I didn't say which one. I didn't say which one.
That's exactly
I could have been talking about Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
and
right.
There's a bunch of coaches up there. I think we're all blessed. These kids are blessed to have the people that we do and leading these programs at Central, and we do have some good support there. But no, man, I don't think about it. I'm telling you, I'm blessed to be part of these guys and what they do. They put in the work 12 months out of the year, which we do plenty, but coaching-wise, we coach 3 months out of the year while these guys put in the work for 12. They do the work. They do the work.
You got a pretty successful – go ahead.
He may not say it, but I'll say it. He's a future first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, well, I think everybody.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Just when you thought it was safe to change the channel, WBON's Television returns. Haunted houses, sinister scientists, and voodoo villains are all lurking on Channel 9 in October. Every Thursday night from 7 to 10 p.m., a bone-chilling double feature waits for you. Television, it's a scary good show.
Welcome back to Live at 5. A Southern Kentucky man who admitted to killing his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter has been sent to prison. Jordan Taylor was charged with the murder of Amora Smallwood, which occurred February of 2023. Taylor pleaded guilty to the crime and was sentenced without the possibility of parole. The Commonwealth's attorney described the case as one of the worst instances of child abuse he'd ever seen. During the sentencing, Taylor's attorney argued that he should not be eligible for the death penalty due to his low IQ. However, the judge rejected the argument and called Taylor a monster. Amora Smallwood's mother is also facing charges in connection with the case and is scheduled to go to trial in March of 2025. A Lexington man was recently arrested for child abuse. According to the arrest citation, Khalil Peterson was taking care of a 1-month-old infant from October the 10th